Good morning, parents. Welcome to the parent night. My name is Priya. So, before we start, I just want to start sharing the PPT of the parent night. So, just hold on. Let me share the screen. Okay. So, to talk about myself, my name is Priya Bhargav, and I'm from India, and I've been teaching for close to 10 years now. And I came to Sweden with my family last year, and I love traveling and music, and we love exploring different places as a family. So last 1 year we've been exploring and traveling as much as we can. So yeah, so it's been going fantastic so far. So let's move on. Okay, so talking about PYP, with the enhancements, there's a lot of focus now on collaboration with the students and to so that learning is viewed as a continuous journey where teachers and students are setting the success criteria together and identifying the learning goals. So just to simplify it, and I'll just give you an example. So last year in the unit How We Express Ourselves, we had our one of the ongoing assessments was that children had to perform and choose a performance of their choice and perform either in a group or with a partner or individually. So before we did that project, we kind of asked the children that when you're performing, what are the things that you need to remember? So children came up with fantastic, ideas. Somebody said, okay, we should speak loudly, and few kids said we need to show good body language, and one child said we need to show good expressions. So I, as a teacher, so that is basically collaboration. When you ask the children that if this is a task, what is a success criteria, what does it look like, we are engaging the children, we are asking them to give their point of view, and which is also in a way we are uh, kind of integrating agency as well, because if you see here there's a lot of focus on agency with enhanced PYP as well. So agency is basically student agency, so giving the choice, voice and ownership to the child. So the child has things to choose from. So, and he should be aware that his or her voice is being heard and appreciated. And the last one is ownership, that when the child is, I think it automatically comes when the child is voicing his opinion and choosing what he wants to do, then ownership, I think, comes, it goes hand in hand. So that I think that's how we kind of integrate success criteria. Along with this, in enhanced PYP, the assessments are ongoing throughout the unit. There is no like final assessment where the children have to just everything will be assessed at one time. It is a constant journey that helps us and students also, and even parents, to know where the kids are during the process of learning, and if we need to modify or add any learning experiences to differentiate the various learning levels of the class. That really helps us to understand through the ongoing assessments. And if you and feedback and feed forward is also a big word which IB really emphasizes on. Feedback is basically done a lot, or feedback is done spontaneously in the class when the child is sharing something, when the child is presenting something, and feed forward is what the child can do better next time. So that is also done either verbally or through the assessments, where either we share anecdotes or I talk to the child personally of where the child uh, and give the feed forward to the child. And they can also give feed forward to each other as peers. So it's not just teacher and student, it's students amongst themselves as well. So, coming to the parents, all the parents play a great role in the learning journey of the kids. I believe it's a partnership It's not just the teacher's, responsibility. It is, yeah, the parents and the teachers. We need to work together in this journey. So every unit we publish assessments. So usually there are language assessments, math, UI, and visual art. Along with that, then the specialists also have their assessments. So as parents, just be aware, go through those assessments, read them with the children at home, and just talk to them about it, encourage them, motivate them, and just share what you feel, so that they know that you're also involved, and children also feel motivated. So just keep going through that at home, and also keep following the class journal that we usually send updates through pictures or videos every week of the work that the child has done throughout that week. Along with that, our parents are most welcome. We want you to kind of participate and be active, and share your expertise from your personal life or your professional life, and join us as guest speakers whenever possible. So please get in touch with me if you're interested to come and speak about or do any learning experience with the children related to the unit. Then class representatives, we encourage parents to volunteer to represent the class, and the parent community of that class. So if anybody is interested, please get in touch with me for this year if anyone wants to be the volunteer. Okay, so these are the six unit of inquiries that we cover throughout the year. So every unit of inquiry is for 6 weeks. So right now, as you all know, that we are doing who we are. After who we are, we go on to where we are in place and time, then how we express ourselves, how we organize ourselves, how the world works, and sharing the planet. So these are the six units that we cover. And just to make you all familiar, so your science and your social studies is basically your UI. So all these units will have a bit of science and social studies. And we try to integrate language and math also. So language integrates naturally, since wherever the child is writing, it is automatically blended with the UI. Math, we try to integrate wherever it is possible. It's not forced. It's not a forced integration. And same goes for visual art. So it's basically a transdisciplinary. Transdisciplinary means that all the subjects and skills are basically trans connected to each other, and we try to integrate them as much as we can. Okay, so right now the font size is quite small, so maybe it will be difficult for you all, but so you can read this later. I'll be sending the PDF file of the program of inquiry as well, of the whole PPT as well, so then you can go through it later. So if this is basically a detailed, in-depth, just an in-depth understanding of the entire program for PYP2. So if you look at the first unit, who we are, the central idea that we are focusing on is choices, which manipulate health and well-being. The lines of inquiry are basically the inquiries that we conduct throughout the unit. Then skill, we try to develop self-management skill through this unit. And in language, we focus on narrative and recount. So a lot of reflection, a lot of rewriting of what happened, how it happened, the sequence, and all of that. And in math, it's number. Similarly, you will see for the remaining 5 units as well. Okay, so coming to the assessments, when we are designing an assessment, we try to assess all these different key elements of PYP, which is your concept. So concept, the first thing is concept. So concept, there are mainly 6 concepts. We try to pick the relevant concept and try to put them in one unit. So currently with who we are focusing on the concept of responsibility and connection. So these are the 2 main concepts that we are trying to assess, and go deeper into these 2 concepts. Then we try to assess the skills that the child has developed. So there are mainly 5 skills that we focus on. Again, with each unit, we have one skill that we integrate and we focus on that particular skill. So the 5 skills are your thinking skills, communication skills, social skills, self-management skills, and research skills. In this unit, we are focusing on self-management skills. So making the child responsible about his well-being and taking care of himself or herself. So that is basically that's how we are integrating with the unit. Then we have the learner profile. There are mainly 10 learner profile. Again, we pick the relevant ones. They're all interconnected, but then we focus on two attributes of learner profile per unit of inquiry. So for this unit, we are trying to, imbibe the profile of being balanced and caring. So that again fits in wonderfully with the unit because we are trying to become balanced and towards our and trying to become balanced towards a healthy lifestyle and caring towards our own bodies, our mind, and so that's how we are trying to connect it. And the last thing is action. Action is a lot of action. We try to encourage action in PYP. It should be student initiated. But since sometimes it's really, just to have everybody on the same page, we design few learning experiences where the child is taking action. So, like action can be in terms of participation, advocacy, um, so there are different types of action that the child can take. And even at home, if you see the child taking even a small action connected to the unit, so as parents, just take a note of that and share it with me as a teacher through Toddle so that I know that, the child did something on their own without me telling or you telling. Like even if it's a small change in their lifestyle, like right now we are focusing on the unit, even if it's a small change like that, just talk about it and share it. Okay. So when we are creating the learning experiences to assess, we focus on these areas. We try to create different assessment tools so that we are not it doesn't get monotonous, and also we try to use different strategies to assess the learning and understanding of the children. So that can be done through a checklist, a rubric, or just observation, reflection, peer and self-assessment. And how do we report it? We have the three-way conference in October. That's when we'll be discussing the goals that the child will set for himself or herself for the rest of the year. Then we have the student-led conference in April. Then we have Edmentum. That is, again, we have the Edmentum diagnostic, which happens twice a year. Mid-year report via Toddle in February and end-of-year report in June. So please note that we do not assess children by giving them marks or numbers because that's not PYP at all. Okay, so as you all know, since last year we have shifted to Toddle, where we update everything on Toddle. So please keep checking your Toddle regularly, especially on Fridays, because all the homework will be posted through Toddle on Fridays. And along with that, the class journal, the child's evaluations are posted there. So keep going through it. And the Toddle is GDPR compliant, so you don't have to worry about when you're messaging me on Toddle messaging. Don't worry about sharing anything personal about the child because that's completely safe. But when you're sharing through your emails, then we would suggest, I recommend that you do not specify or mention the name of the child, maybe just the initials. So that's enough. Okay, so now absence and attendance. So please, if the child is not well or if there's anything, please let me know before 8:15 so that I can update the attendance on Toddle. And also as parents, this year the commune wants all the parents to have this application of IST. So please download this so that if the child is not coming, you can also mark the child's absence on this portal. Also, a gentle reminder, even if the child has mild symptoms, please do not send the child to school because we just need to be aware and more conscious. So that's a school policy that we are following right now. And if the child, if you're as per the Swedish law, you're allowed only 10 days per school year. So beyond that, if the absence is longer, it has to be approved either by the head of school or the commune. And one more thing, please ensure that the children are coming on time in the morning. Uh, Ideally, the kids should be in school by 8:10 so that they can come to the class by 8:15 because we usually start a morning meeting by then. By 8:20, I try to start the morning meeting. So please ensure the kids are reaching to school on time in the morning as well. Okay, so coming to this now, standards and expectations. Again, it's indoor shoes, water bottles. That's important. Please be available on your phone numbers. Update your phone numbers if there are any changes, so that we don't struggle to reach to you if there is any need. And birthdays, please feel free if you want to celebrate your child's birthday. Please send a healthy snack. And if you want to invite and have a party outside school, we would encourage if you invite the entire class because it just, you know, it's a group. So just if you do not, I mean, it's just a nice thing to invite the entire class as a whole instead of just a few kids because then, it can hurt a few kids' emotions and all of that. So we encourage that if you're inviting, invite the entire class. No toys to school. And if the child has lost or misplaced an item, please look in the lost and found box. And also, please label all the clothes, shoes, bottles so that it's easier for us to keep track if needed. Okay, so homework, as I've told you, we have the PYP enhanced. Enhanced PYP appreciates student agency as well as teacher agency. So we have student agency on during the even weeks where the student can work and develop any interest or skill of their choice. And also the personal goals that we will set during the 3-way conference, the child can work on those personal goals during the student agency week. Teacher agency homework goes during the odd weeks, and students are asked to return it by Thursday so that we can put the next homework, for the following week. Reading every day is an ongoing homework, so that we encourage children to read every day so that they develop the habit at this age. Healthy eating, again, when the children are bringing snack in the morning, make sure it's a fruit or a raw vegetable. No cooked meals, nuts, sandwiches, and also the children should have a healthy, hearty breakfast in the morning before they come to school. And the lunch starts around 11 for us. And the menu that is designed, it is designed based on nutrition and healthy development of children. But if there are any exceptions like allergies or adaptations, please, there's a form that I sent in the beginning of the year. Fill that up. And those who have filled it already, I have that list with me. So that we know that we have the necessary measures and steps in place. And if the children cannot bring the fruits or a snack to school, let me know so that we can arrange accordingly. This is our schedule for our weekly schedule. So all the specialist lessons. Thank you so much, parents. If you have any further questions, you can reach out to me through Toddle or email, and I'll get back to you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Have a great day.